Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Monday, August 17th, 2015. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Farmers on Nevis will this week benefit from a workshop which is being facilitated by the Embassy of the Republic of China on Taiwan. Farmers have been invited to attend the 4-day training session, which is expected to take place at evenings at the Red Cross headquarters in Charlestown. Yuming Lu, project manager of the Taiwan ICDF Vegetable, Fruit and Upland Crop Quality and Safety Improvement Project, is leading the delegation, which today made a courtesy call on Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers.
This year we hold a pest and disease control workshop and soil fertilization and management workshop to teach farmers how to making compost and how to control crop disease and pest control. And we also teach farmers how to making compost in this workshop. And we will have fun this week, today, this Monday evening to Thursday evening, 4 days workshop. And even on Wednesday and Thursday morning, we have the presentation in school for the expert speech to students to let them how it works for us.
Permanent Secretary Evelyn made a plea for the farmers to take advantage of this opportunity.
It is important that farmers get the necessary knowledge and expertise in terms of the production and in terms of fertilization and pest and disease control. I believe that there will be some emphasis on the core crops, including cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, and so on. But of course, all of the crops they will be focused on. And the training session will be held during the evening time for the farmers, when we believe the farmers have more time to spare.
Minister Jeffers says the ministry values the relationship that exists between the Republic of China on Taiwan and the Federation, especially as it relates to cooperation in agriculture.
The expertise is not available here on the island of Nevis, and that's why we are appreciative that you have come to impart your knowledge on soil testing, plant nutrition, soil nutrition, and also pest and disease control. These things are certainly new to us here on the island of Nevis, and I'm sure at the end of this workshop we'll have farmers who are much more educated as to what is involved in ensuring that we continue to provide the best possible crops here on the island of Nevis and food products. We always say that to eat locally and to eat healthily are the important things that we try to foster as a department here on the island of Nevis.
Minister Jeffers says the workshop has the blessings of his ministry and the Nevis Island administration by extension, and he welcomed the 2 experts from Taiwan who were invited in. Lu introduced the experts and outlined their respective disciplines.
One is Mrs. Zhou Tao Mei, and the other one is Miss Lin Yu Wen. And Miss Lin Yu Wen, she will focus in soil fertilization and management. And Miss Zhou Tao Mei, she will focus in crop pest and disease control workshop.
The workshops begin this evening at the Red Cross building and go through to Thursday and run from 6 to 9 p.m. On Wednesday and Thursday, the experts will visit schools. The Nevis Island Administration, through its Department of Social Services, has once again come to the aid of another citizen here on Nevis, in the person of Old Hospital Road resident Estelle Bartlett. In an official handing over ceremony earlier today, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow, outlined the purpose of the ceremony.
Here we are today with a house for Mrs. Estelle Bartlett, who is one of our seniors. At this point, I wish to say that the Ministry of Social Development and indeed the Nevis Island Administration is quite pleased to provide this sort of assistance to one of our seniors.
Junior Minister of Social Development Hazel Brandy Williams outlined that she is happy to be a part of the handing over and thanked the persons involved in bringing Bartlett's dream to reality.
I would like to thank the work team, Maurice Burke and his work team. They would have been on this project for a couple of months, and I am truly happy that with the finished product. I would also like to thank one Lynell Amory, who did the initial negotiations. I would also like to thank Spencer Brand, who did the drawings and had the drawings passed through planning the department. And as I said before, I would also like to thank Astro for bringing this case to us. Ms. Bartlett, on behalf of the Ministry of Social Development and by extension on behalf of the Nevis Island Administration, I would like to now hand over to you the keys to your new home. I am hoping that you will spend many days on this veranda and you will spend many comfortable nights in the confines of your bedroom. So once again, on behalf of the Ministry of Social Development and on behalf of the Nevis Island Administration, we hand over to you the keys to your new home.
In response, the 84-year-old Bartlett expressed her profound appreciation to the Department of Social Services.
Thank you, Jesus, and God bless each and every one of you to bring me just far. I see Jesus saying, "You made me just far to leave me." I come to the end. So I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. Thank you in the name of Jesus, I thank you.
Also present at the ceremony was Pastor Simeon Prentice, who blessed the new residents, and Deputy Director of the Department of Social Services, Joyce Moven, who chaired the event and delivered the vote of thanks. Former assistant matron at the Alexandra Hospital, Adreni Ward Stanley, retired from the nursing profession on Friday with an official appreciation and farewell ceremony held at the hospital conference room. Nurse Stanley has been a member of the nursing profession for almost 41 years, noted matron Aldous Pemberton Diaz as she chaired the ceremony.
As she sits here today looking so resplendent and young and beautiful, it's hard to believe that she is retiring, but she deserves all the accolades and all the honor we are bestowing on her today. And we say thank you very much, Sister Ward, for your tremendous contribution and dedication to the nursing profession, and we wish you a very happy retirement. God's richest blessings to you in all your endeavors and all your future undertakings.
Among those expressing appreciation to Nurse Stanley for her years of service to the Division community were staff of the various departments of the Alexandra Hospital, the Nevis Nurses Association, the St. Christopher and Nevis Nurses and Midwives Council, and the Nevis Island Administration's Ministry of Health.
We want to present this token to you, and I'll read what it says. Thank you, Sister Adreni Ward Stanley, for 40 years of dedicated and invaluable service in the nursing profession. God bless, from the Alexandra Hospital and the Ministry of Health, presented on this day, August 14, 2015.
My career, it has been a rewarding one. It has its successes and failures, but more successes than failures. And I think if I have to go back to it again, I'm giving God thanks, because without him, I wouldn't have been here. I thank my family, I thank friends, I thank all my co-workers, and I also thank all the people of the health Ministry of Health. I thank all of them, because I have a connection with everybody here. Everybody in the hospital I have a connection with. And I'm going to miss you all.
Also extending best wishes to Nurse Stanley on the occasion of her retirement were a few of her former patients. Still to come, King Astro makes donation to young soca artiste. The details after this break.
Safe sex is the best sex.
No glove, no love.
Protect your pleasure.
Real men wear condoms.
It's your favorite DJ Kevy Kev saying, don't be silly, cover your willy. Oh.
This message was brought to you by the Nevis HIV/AIDS Coordinating Unit in collaboration with NTB/AIDS.
Welcome back. The Nevis Public Library Services on Friday concluded its 26th annual environmental education program at the Charlestown Methodist Church Conference Hall. The program, which was held under the theme Natural Disasters, began on August 5th. Assistant Librarian Anastasia Paris outlined the activities conducted.
The children observed a volcano eruption demonstration. They visited different guts around the island supporting the topic of floods. They went on a short tour of the New River coastline, learned about operating a ham radio, thanks to Mr. McCoy, and they had storytime sessions with Mrs. Lee Paris Cambridge.
Brian Dyer of the Nevis Disaster Management Department gave an overview of natural disasters, specifically hurricanes, while John Hanley and Thema Ward presented on floods, Felicia Walters and David Titley on earthquakes, while the firefighters from the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services presented on fires. She also outlined the objectives of the program and encouraged the participants to use the techniques learned.
To create a greater awareness among the participants of the effects of natural disasters, to educate the participants about their role in minimizing the effects of natural disasters, to reinforce the principles of what each person can do to save lives, and to know and to interpret the warning signs of an impending disaster. I think these objectives were met over the past 8 days. We have experienced some hiccups, but nothing that took us too far off the course we set for this year. And we are hopeful that the information gained here will be put to practice by all the participants.
As part of the program, the children were also required to create an emergency plan for their homes and a first aid kit. Friday's closing ceremony also included a presentation of certificates to the participants for completing the program and a display of the arts and crafts the children created. Reigning National Carnival and Culturama Calypso King Oscar Astro Brown today made a contribution to a young soca artist. The reigning Calypso King says he is inspired by the musical sound and work ethic of DJ X-Ray Bartlett.
I followed his music on SoundCloud and the social media, and I'm very impressed with the quality and the quality of the material, the quality of the music, quality of the sound. So I, King Astro, in the capacity of reigning Culturama Monarch and National Carnival Monarch, is going to make my contribution to him and to fully endorse his efforts as he seeks to make his contribution to music, arts, the entertainment and culture here in Nevis, St. Kitts Nevis.
Bartlett, who released some 3 soca tracks as part of Culturama but was unable to compete, says he is grateful for the contribution as he is looking forward to competing in the upcoming Sugar Mass or National Carnival in December.
Having 3 tracks out for Culturama, I'm really surprised to see the feedback I got. And definitely I'm very surprised to get a contribution to continue and going down into Sugar Mass. So I hope I will make everybody proud and make you proud, and knowing that your contribution wouldn't go to waste.
The reigning king says he has had some blessing and encouragement so far in his career, and with his achievements, he now is in a position to give back.
I just want to do this as a sign of encouragement, and to also let him know that there are people out there who are appreciating his stuff even though things are not set. So more so is the artist that I'm attracted to. His spirit, his liveliness, his attitude to producing music, his attitude to music, his love for the art form of music. So that is basically my attraction. Maybe later on I'll identify a young Calypsonian. Mighty Suki is a good one to look at and do the same thing, but for now this X-Ray is the fortunate one.
The soca genre was recently reintroduced to Culturama and seems to have created some interest, especially among the younger artists and audiences who tend to be less attracted to Calypso. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. Good night.